Всем привет! Сегодня биатлон и индивидуальная гонка, чемпионат мира.
Keep an eye on her, 7th and 2nd so far, a brilliant silver in that pursuit race, and she missed just one target, so she's hit what she had, 29 out of 30 shots so far in the individual races.
Yep, second overall in the World Cup standings for the individual, despite missing 3 in Antols in that short single individual race.
Lotte Lee went from 27 to 20 in the pursuit. Could have got up into the top 15 if she'd hit the last target. 3 zeros followed by 1 miss on that last shoot. But Lotte Lee, anything in the top 20 is a good race for her. Top 10, sensational. Now, Tandervold, what about time? She's not going to match Elvira Erberg. 4.5 outside. I think that's okay. Is the elder of the two sisters. 4 individual wins in her career. No one else can match that in the field. As I mentioned, 1 Olympic title, 2 world titles, and her best form of the season being shown here. 8th in the sprint, 5th in the pursuit. Is she going to go up another few places and claim yet another individual world title?
Ребят, всем привет! Сегодня биатлон, чемпионат мира, индивидуальная гонка. Доротея Вирер под 13 номером стартует.
And if you're wondering why she's got a gold band around her bib, it is because she is the defending world champion. Won the title in Oberhof last year. Got her first Olympic title out in Pyeongchang. What a surprise that was. Her parents came out for a nice easy holiday and suddenly found themselves the centre of all the Swedish press attention. Jean-Monod of France, a contender, top 6 in the World Cup standings. It's easy to forget.
Ребят, ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь на канал, кто не подписан, чтобы продвинуть трансляцию в топ. Качество нормальное, напишите в чате. Надя Мозера стартует. Канада.
So here's the golden girl in 3 golds out of 3, and of course the talk inevitably is whether she can get 7 out of 7. The best thing she can do is put that right to the back of her mind.
Ребят, ссылка на донат, если кто хочет поддержать канал, в чате написано.
The time trial type of race. She's much happier racing when she can do combat with those around her, and that's what we've got to look forward to in the rest of the week.
Yeah, Simone with 12 wins in her career. None of them have come in the 15-kilometer.
Сегодня долгая гонка, увлекательная. И как мы видим, Бассерг уже настигла Эльвира Умбер, которая под 2 номером догнала. Всем привет, ребят, всем привет. Смотрим чемпионат мира все вместе. Пишите, за кого болеете. Эльвира Умбер, первая стрельба. Пока чисто. Чисто, Эльвира. Молодец. Бассерг тоже чисто отстреляла Маркета Давидова из Чехии.
That is quite a punishment, isn't it, when it's a 40, just over a 40-minute race, maybe 43, 44 at the outside.
The crowd shouting for Davidova must make it more difficult. I don't know how you
Пока
feel
чисто.
on that, but some athletes
Чисто
do it, it
Маркета.
helps them. She was 6 seconds down on Urberg coming into the range, and by my reckonings, yes, she's going to be going into second. Only 3 starters so far, so I guess that's not a surprise.
Ванесса Войкт на стриме. Ребят, всем, кто зашел, привет. Подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки. Чемпионат мира в самом разгаре. Чисто Ванесса.
37.3 seconds for Vok to get the targets down. Her range time will be significantly slower as well, but the 5 are down. That's important at this
Лиза Тереза Хаузер на стриме. Ребят, напишите, как качество нормальное.
No success at all this week, and people starting to ask if we're seeing the eventide of her racing career. A little premature, I think, especially when you consider her partner in the mixed relay races and the success she's had with Simon Ada, who's well into his 40s.
4-е место пока что. Ингрид Ландмарк Тандравольт на стриме.
So Tandravol taking
Из
care now to
Норвегии.
get a good position, not rushing. Those elbows look to be slipping just a little, but the time into the range isn't bad. 5 seconds slower. 19 seconds to the first shot isn't
Выцеливает каждый
world
выстрел.
class by any means, but she knows she can't afford any penalties today.
She's been pretty good
Уже проигрывает Эльвире по скорости. Но отстреляла чисто.
She's bounced back well. I know Tyrell Eckhoff has been chatting to her and is impressed with her attitude. Tyrell, incidentally, revealing that she had planned initially
Жюстин Бразамбуше
right the way through to the
по
next
25 номерам.
retire. But she was hit by COVID. Here's Justine Brazard-Boucher, and she will be quick. I think we may well find she produces the fastest time over the tracks. And it's going to be her turn to
Ишол
get ahead
Скоган
of Julie Simon. Well, that would be revenge.
из
wouldn't it, if
Норвегии
she
на
stopped that run
стриме.
of golds flowing? Skogan. It's good.
Посмотрим, что она покажет. Так, что такое?
Good level of shooting so far.
Что залагало?
Of the 7 through has missed a target. That was Dimitrova with 2 misses.
Елиза Витоци. Промах Скоган. Лиза Витоци. Ой, ребят, надо, наверное, ФПН менять. Я так думаю. Подождите-ка минуту. Секунду, подождите. Сменим на другое. Что лет лагает, не знаю кто.
Seconds ahead of her sister. Yeah, the first shot went through exactly the
Hanne
same hole as her
Oberg.
sisters, but she's thrown that high right and cannot afford another miss
Тоже
now.
промах.
You know what, Ian? She missed one in Oberhof on the first shoot and then hit the next 19 and went on to win. So maybe she feels this is the way to do it.
Ребят, всем привет, подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки. Кто не подписан, кто хочет кинуть донат на поддержку канала, ссылка в чате.
Justine Brazard-Boucher coming through that first checkpoint, 2.5 seconds ahead of the Urberg sisters.
Доротея Вирер. Промах есть. Жамано на стриме.
I got the feeling she felt it would take a miracle for her to medal here today. The ski form is so low. She's been in and out of training with illness all season long. And this is one race
Чисто Жамано. Молодец.
Jomano, good. That's a quick shoot. 33.6 will do nicely in the sprints and the pursuits. We saw them down at 26-27. I would be surprised if we saw more than 2 or 3 shoot sub 30.
Жамано выходит на второе место, 3-3 проигрывает. Джулия Симон на стриме.
Of the stand shoots, and that is Simone taking her time. I don't think she'll rush at all today.
Пока чисто. Чисто Джулия Симон. Очень быстро. 7-4 выигрывает. Джулия Симон выходит в первое место.
She eased off just a little coming into the range, and that certainly helped.
Brézard Boucher still to arrive at the range for the first shoot. Hannah Erberg is through, having missed one. Preuss is the
Франциско Пройс подходит к стрельбе. Ребят, пишите, за кого болеете. Представьте лайки, пожалуйста, кому не трудно, что продвинуть трансляцию в топ. Также подписывайтесь на канал, тут биатлон. Любителям биатлона, конечно же. Пройс пока чисто. Промах. Пройс промах есть. Эльвира Оберг промах. Один промах Эльвира. Промахиваться нельзя, прибавляется минута. Лена Хейки-Гросс. Маркет промах. Лена Хейки-Гросс. Посмотрим. Промах.
Inexperience often shows itself in just rushing. If you've hit the first 4 and you're early on in a race, it seems it's all going easy and you just snatch the last shot. You don't give it the attention it needs. But you can't tell me that Haki Gross is inexperienced. No, exactly. But that's why I mention it. Inexperience tends to show that. Difficult to say what Haki Gross did wrong there. Certainly didn't spot anything. Well, generally you follow through on the shot, don't you? You watch the target go down through the sights just to make sure you don't break the position too early.
Закрыла.
A little hesitation, and there you see that's the standard time of 42.5. And we saw.
Ребят, проставьте лайки, пожалуйста. Только 10 лайков и 40 человек. Пожалуйста, кому не трудно. Пишите в чате, за кого болеете. 12. Спасибо большое, спасибо, кто поставил.
And Hauser was 17 seconds behind coming in. She's going to be, what is she, 50 off the pace of the leader. don't know what happened with Vox shoot. I think we missed the very first part. Now,
Ингрид на второй стриме.
Shoot 2. 6 out of 10 went wide in the pursuit, in the stand position. That is one thing she must not think about.
Промах.
Yeah, she's struggling. She's really struggling. Watch the language on her face.
Три промаха у Ингрид.
And with the Norwegian press after the pursuit, she said, "I just do not know what is going wrong. I feel good," and that's really a sign that you haven't got any confidence, isn't it?
I tell you, who has got confidence today?
Жюстин Брейзар Бушей выходит на первое место. Молодец.
In first place, 13 seconds up at this stage.
Well, that is very, very
Афанасий
impressive.
Борщев, ну, ваше мнение?
If she keeps that pace going, relative to Julia Simon, she can afford one miss more than
Худшее это
her
худшее.
rival in the French
Найдите лучшее.
Vitozzi, 5 out of 5 in the first shoot, but she took a long time, had a bit of a problem getting the magazine.
Лиза
and the
Витоци
first
на
round
второй
loaded.
стриме.
Cannot afford another mistake like that. I think just taking a little more care, putting in the new magazine. Here we go.
Пока чисто. Анна Магнусон первым выстрелом машет. Лиза Витоци чисто. Вторая стойка. Анна Магнусон один промах. 23 секунды выигрывает Лиза Витоци на первом месте. На данный момент.
I think Vitozzi is pacing this so well, Patrick, not pushing the pace early on.
Лота Ли на стриме. Первым выстрелом машет. Ханоберг, мы видим уже промах. Два промаха Ханны. Ханна сегодня в золотой майке. И Нина Хеттик Вальц. Мира вторая стрима была, но, может быть, и была, но ее не показывали. Сергей.
Lampit's first shoot in. I'm assuming she missed.
It's not good. 2 penalties, 2 minutes already puts her down almost. She started 26. She's in 28th position.
Ребят, проставьте лайки, кому нравится трансляция. Кто хочет поддержать канал, ссылка в чате есть на донат. Можете поддержать, кто хочет. Чтобы трансляции становились лучше, а не худше, как пишут. Лои Шимано чисто, вторая стрима, молодец. Лена Хеккингросс, 15 место на 5 километрах 100.
Switzerland as we watch Julia Simon on shoot number 2. Now this would be interesting. She was 23
Julia
seconds
Simon.
for the prone shoot. Could be even quicker
Чисто.
than that. Have a look at that.
Вторая стрима, лидер.
18.2 and another 10 seconds saved on everyone else. She doesn't need to ski as quick as the Brezar Bouchers and the Tandervolds and the Elvira.
Julia Simon решила забрать все медали.
That is impressive, isn't it? So quick, and I think she will have got the information out on the track. How her teammate Justine Brezar-Boucher is performing, and I think she will have switched tactics, intending to shoot fast from now on, knowing that she's losing 12, 13 seconds, 15 seconds really when you consider how much quicker she shoots on every one of these laps.
Mingus for Estonia. Missed 2 on the second shoot in the pursuit. Otherwise,
Спасибо за донат. Спасибо за донат, ребят. Очень приятно.
Familiar pattern. That's a shame.
Спасибо большое.
16 athletes through shoot number 2, and we've still got 77 odd to go. Jomanu coming up towards the 6.8 kilometers.
Да, француженки лидируют на этом чемпионате мира, а у мужчин норвежцы.
Just behind her teammate, number 13. You'll recognise Dorothea Vera. In terms of ski form, Vera not quite as strong as we've seen in the past.
Эльвира на стрельбе.
One miss so far for
Третья стрельба.
Erberg. Medals still possible, but I think she needs to stay.
Промах.
That was way off, and her first shoot was fantastic.
Well, we can't see her, Patrick, but Davidova is just ahead of Erberg, coming and having shot the same to this point. So Davidova is skiing so well today.
Маркета на стрельбе. Промах. Вторым выстрелом. Маркета уже 2 промаха совершила. Своих показывают. Но идет быстрее Эльвира. Получается по скорости. 10 секунд выигрывает.
So many of us thought that we were going to see her lifting the crystal globe at the end of the following season, but she struggled to show that sort of consistency. But it would be nice to see her produce a medal.
Ванесса Войт на второй стрельбе.
But 2 misses already. It's odds against. Vogt, clear so far, hasn't missed a target in an individual race this year. Clear in Ostersund. Clear in Antolz, and so far, so good. Everything slightly low left.
Чисто. Чисто Ванесса молодец.
I know it was all slightly low, slightly left, but I think the coaches will be calm. 15 out of 15. Is she on her way to a top 3 finish?
Ребят, кто не подписан на канал, можете подписаться, проставить лайки, кому не трудно, на продвижение трансляции. Жюстин на стрельбе.
Standing shoot, pretty much. The only thing
Промах.
that's given her bother over the last few weeks.
Третьим выстрелом.
The one miss is going to be expensive. She has to stay.
2 промаха. Расстроилась. Все.
Julia Simon once again is the best hope for the French. Yamano still on course, but you can see from the look at disgust
Очень расстроилась
on
Жюстин.
Boucher's face, she knows that it's going to be a mighty difficult job to get on the podium, let alone win it. 140 adrift.
Только 9-е место.
Brilliantly well. Her time coming into that second shoot, she was 31 seconds clear of Julia Simon.
Ингрид Ландмарк Тандроваль на стрельбе.
That's her only chance, I think.
Yes, I think she's going to be hoping that there's pressure out there. She's probably concluding now that if the person she has to beat, as we see Tandrevold, she really needs this last one to go down. She does. 3 minutes, 1 more than Breza Boucher. Doesn't have anything like the ski speed of the French woman at the moment.
У меня такое желание поддержать канал. В чате есть ссылка на донат. Кто хочет. Интересно, как стреляет Анна-Мария Лампич. Ее никогда не показывают. Иначе очень хорошо, что ее не показывают. Лиза Витоци на стриме. Третья. Стрельба. И чисто Воробникова один промах допустила. Лиза Витоци на первом месте пока что. Лиза Витоци борется за победу. И Нина Хатиквальц.
Just a reminder, at this stage, Vitozzi 31 seconds behind Jean-Monod and Simon, so two French women ahead of her, although on the timings she is leading the race. Good shoot.
Хатиквальц чисто.
Getting the targets down early puts pressure on everyone else. Hannah Erdberg, too many mistakes already, but can she finish well? That's 5 out of 5 on her second pro.
Третья стрельба чисто.
Hannah Erdberg coming into that third shoot was down in ninth.
Но уже намазано много.
2 minutes 12 off the leaders. That improves her position. Hedvig Valtz goes out in 2. Hannah Erdberg goes out in 8. So she's gained 1, but still almost 3 minutes off the leaders. No more gold.
Лои Шамано на стриме. И гиганат. Промах. Второй промах гигана на стойке.
19.5 to the first shot is slow. We're looking at a low to mid.
Лои Шамано чистым. Молодец.
34.
Зенит анализует Витоци с первого места.
Just hitting the firing point. Number 16 started 1 minute behind Jean-Monod, so she can already see that she's caught Jean-Monod up.
7 секунд.
Who goes out
Выигрывает.
7 seconds ahead of Vitozzi.
Джулия Симон.
Targets missed so far. Simon, 3 gold medals in the bag. Is she closing in on a
Чисто.
fourth? She certainly is. That's 15 out of 15. Let's have a look at the clock. Vitozzi is
Джулия Симон сегодня хочет победить опять. Снова и снова. 27 секунд.
27 seconds inside that. Oh my goodness, this is looking very, very good. And another 5 targets down. You feel number 4 is coming her way.
Пока великолепно. Джулия Симон.
Well, that's the kind of athlete that she is. It usually requires a calm, not so much someone who's prepared to take risks all the time. It rarely pays off. And to be fair, she shoots so quickly that today, despite 25 seconds for each of those two prones, that's not rapid for her. It's still measured.
Idalien, later starter. I'm definitely interested to see whether the tracks get any quicker. The only problem, we don't have so many top-class athletes. Lien is quick, we know that. We saw her in the European Championships.
Первая стрельба.
Who started 56, is also very quick. So if their times are respectable, we can assume that the tracks are holding out. Lien, third fastest in, 15 seconds down on Brazar Boucher.
Пока чисто.
She's always best chance.
And at this stage of the race, Patrick, she's 3 seconds up on Julie Simon.
Well, that's looking very, very good, but she's, what was that, 6 seconds slower than Simon with the shoot, but still a really good start from Idalien. She got the call up after her performances in those European Championships and comes out in 4th place. That is fantastic for her, and Patrick Oberega will now switch all his attention to Lien as she makes her way round. 4 laps to go.
Франциска.
One miss already knows that she can't afford any more, and even hitting all of the targets now is unlikely to be able to ski fast enough to make the podium, unless, of course, there's a little bit of a meltdown at the front with the French athletes.
Два промаха.
2 minutes added.
Yeah, total of 4. And it's not a good day for the Erdberg sisters. Maybe
Эльвира все, потеряла шанс. Маркета. Промах.
What a shame, and that is
Последним
going to make
выстрелом.
so much difference. Egil Shelan frustrated with that. It was looking very, very good for Davidova. A shake of the head. She knows that that was a mistake. She would have known the second she pulled that trigger that she had pulled it too early, or probably too late actually, and the picture had gone. The target had gone from the sights.
I think you're right.
Ванесса
Slightly
Войкт.
dampened the atmosphere in the stadium here in Novo Mesto as we go back to Vanessa Vogt. Is she going to complete 3 individuals without missing a target? Let's see. 20 out of 20 in Östersund, 20 out of 20 in Antolz.
Всех приветствую, кто зашел,
17 out
ребят.
of 17. Rock solid. Test of the nerve.
Чисто Ванесса,
Masterful, not
молодец.
shaken, not shaken, and that will become the target time. Absolutely fantastic.
Поставьте лайки, кому не трудно, ребят. А кто зашел, также можете поддержать канал, ссылка в чате на донат. И можете подписаться на канал, у кого есть желание. Юлия Джима, Украина, пока с нулями. Чисто Юлия Джима, молодец, отстреляла. Лиза Тереза. Один промах уже есть.
Lisa Teresa Hauser gets 4 out of 5. I'm assuming we'll see a Hauser Ada team up for the single mixed relay, Ian.
Well, you wouldn't assume they would put anyone else in. They've had so much success, and they just managed somehow to pull it together.
Марк Тандра на заключительной стрельбе.
That would be needed for them to get another medal.
Okay, what are we going to see here? 3 misses last time in the stand position for Tandrevold. If she's going to get any medals at these championships in individual races, she needs to build some confidence. She's not going to win today.
Пока
This is
чисто.
more like it. This is what we saw at the start of the season.
Чисто.
Well done. Great recovery.
Yeah, that will do her head a lot of good. To be honest, she came into the range today knowing that the winner's gone regardless. Now I need to do something that takes me into the next races, believing I can, well, believe in myself, really. Here's
Лиза
Vitozzi.
Витоци на заключительной стрельбе.
Looking good.
Может побороться за хорошее место, если отстреляется хорошо. Чисто молодец. Молодец, Лиза. Лиза Витоци великолепно. 0, 0, 0, 0. 51 секунду выигрывает.
Simon, who is the leader after 3.
My word, Patrick, she has got to pull out all the stops now if she wants
Может,
to get anything
Витоци в
more. I
тройку
mean, at the
войти,
moment,
я
it's
так
not a
думаю.
guaranteed medal, but it's looking good. Having shot clear, you wouldn't have bet against Vitozzi getting on the podium today with 20 out of 20, but if she wants silver or gold, she is going to have the ski of her life, and let's hope she hasn't pushed it too hard earlier on.
Yeah,
Janina Hedkvals na
only
sтрельбе.
30 seconds ahead of her, Ian. So Simone now has got the pressure of having to hit 5. Prior to that, she would have thought she could have missed 1. Hedkvals, third shoot, yet to miss, and a good solid start from her. Can she
Пока
match her
чисто.
teammate Vogt, who has gone through and hit 20 out of 20?
Чисто.
So far she does, and that is fairly healthy. Coming into the range, Hedkvals in third place,
И
23.9.
Лотта Лим
So
на
maybe
стрельбе.
Germany are going to get their first medal tonight.
Промах.
Lee shooting for the last time. Whoa, another miss. What a shame. One penalty would have been a superb result for the Belgian athlete. They're having such a good season. She's so frustrated with that.
Many would be happy with 18 out of 20. Lotte Lee expects 20 out of 20.
Жемано промах.
She's missed the first shot.
Последним выстрелом промах. Доротея промах.
You're right, though, Patrick. The pressure now shifts hugely to Simone. If anyone can handle the pressure, she's shown us. Here she is. Now it's gone.
Симон промах.
Well, that looks very good for the Italians, but we'll have to wait and see the time as she comes out. She has been
Посмотрим, какое место
well, actually, she hasn't
Джулия
been
Симон
skiing any
займет.
quicker than Vitozzi. She's been shooting 8 seconds quicker than Vitozzi every time into the range, and that has added up over the day. She's already 20 behind. She looks at the big screen, and she'll want to know exactly what she's going to do. 24.7
Думаете, отыграет
It's going to come down to who saved the most for the fifth and final lap. My money at the moment would be on Vitozzi to win that race, but she needs support.
Mona Brorson на стрельбе.
Now for Sweden, 0-0 so far. This is nice.
Чисто.
Good finish. Good finish. Yeah, starting number 49, I don't think a late start is too much of a hindrance today, Ian.
Well, it's got dark since they zeroed, and the temperature will have dropped a little further. The conditions might just be getting quicker. All of the top seeds in the first group, so it doesn't help any of them. But if you're at the back of the first group, you have a slight improvement, plus all the timing splits to work on.
Well, as we see Elvira Öberg come in, I can tell you that Persson, who started last of the Swedes at number 56, she
Ребят, всех приветствую, кто зашел на трансляцию. Поставьте лайки, кому нравится трансляция, а также можете поддержать донатом канал. В чате ссылка на донат есть, кто желает. Также можете подписаться. Маркета Давидова. 3 промаха, пока на первом месте. По скорости тоже обгоняет. Селина Гротян. Чисто. Селина. Но по скорости проигрывает.
Now, all of the Germans shooting pretty well today, so they're doing very, very well. And if only they had just a little more speed than we've seen from them this week. Vanessa Vogt looks so
Франциско просит последним выстрелом Маш.
that she's done so far, but this is a little better. Perfect shoot today. She's obviously going to take the lead, but it won't be long, I don't think, before she drops a few places down the order.
Vogt already down into third place at 12.6. She has the lead for now, and the leading time, as you saw there, 41.09. I think that 41-minute barrier is definitely going to go, and it looks as though it's going to be Lisa Vitozzi who takes it down to untouchable levels. Julia Simon currently at 12.8 has lost a couple of seconds to Vitozzi. Vitozzi, the only concern in is that she's gone too fast on that first kilometre out of the final shoot, because you pay a huge price if you do not pace that first half of the final lap.
Yes, she's made up 2 seconds on Vogt to that point, but of course very, very different ski speed between the Italian and the German. Breza Boucher, she needs 5 with 5, and then the race is not over for her. It is now. What a shame.
Yeah, she's now got the same I was going to say the same as Elvira Öberg, but Öberg went on that last shoot, so 3 have gone wide. It will not be Breza Boucher's day. Will it be the mass start where she comes through to shine? Ingrid Tannevold, a disappointing day. That one bad shoot, that first in the stand. Obviously her confidence shaken by her performance in the pursuit. But you look at the clock and she would have been within 30 seconds of the leader had she gone 0 today.
Ребят, поставьте лайки, кому не трудно, чтобы продвинуть трансляцию в топ. 36 лайков всего лишь.
She's sitting third in the overall World Cup rankings, but this is the one she wanted. She got a bronze medal in Oberhof a year ago in the individual, missed one on the last shoot. Tonight she made sure 20 out of 20, and she posted
Первое место, минута
a time that's going
06.
to be very, very tough to beat. 40:02, nearly inside that 40-minute barrier for 15 kilometers. Sensational
Не зря я
stuff.
сегодня поставила на картинку, да, ребят? Лизу Витоцци. Чувствовала.
Yes, this is the golden girl in blue this evening, Patrick. It's unlikely anyone is going to come through unless you have a huge shock from further down the field.
We can always cast our eye back as we
Дедра
watch
Ирвин,
Owen of the
США.
USA. Good performance by her so far. Another 5 would serve her well. At the third shoot, Hettig-Fout started 29.
Пока чисто.
She's not going to challenge. Grosham is sitting in 5th place after 3, so she's got a minute to make up. I think that's going to be tough.
Чисто.
Nice finish from Owen. That's really good.
Ханоберг 3 промаха в сумме.
And the mistakes came early, just like Tandervold. That first stand really
Предварительно второе место.
down in third place at the moment for Hannah Erberg.
Третье, точнее, третье.
Mass start. I always feel she's a better time trialist than the head-to-head racer, Ian.
I agree with you, yes, but today she's been outskied, outshot and out-time trialed by the Italian.
Ребят, кто хочет поддержать канал, ссылка в чате закрепленная. На донат, кто желает. Лои Шиману один промах. И по скорости проигрывает. Слава Первомайск, спасибо.
How expensive is that one miss going to prove to be? It will certainly be 4 or 5 places, but will it cost her a medal ultimately? She goes 3 for now.
Well, it's a painful lesson, isn't it? It's a painful lesson to miss on the last time in the range when it's almost within your grasp.
Джулия Симон проиграла 29-6. Не удалось победить. Hettig-Fout на 0, но по скорости проигрывает. Почему Россия не участвует? Догадайся, почему так. Ребят, проставьте лайк, пожалуйста, чтобы трансляцию продвинуть в топ. Толи Тамингас, Эстония. 2 промаха.
Vitozzi had a good final lap. She really pushed very hard. Just going to compare Vitozzi's final lap with that of Julia Simon, which might give us an indication of whether Hettig-Fout is going to be able to overhaul her. Simon came out 24 behind, and she finished that first lap 29 behind. So 5 seconds lost. And I would have said Hettig-Fout was roughly the same speed as Julia Simon. But when there's a gold medal dangling in front of your face like a carrot, maybe that will be enough.
Well, the German
Меркушина промах. Толи Тамингас 5 место на данный момент. Доротея Вера 2 промаха.
Not hanging around in the range, and certainly I think Simon shot slower than that. So that would suggest that Simon has the better ski speed, but it's hard to tell now that we're in the last loop. Did she hang on to something?
You mean Vitozzi had a slower shooting speed?
I mean Vitozzi, yes, I do.
Yeah, absolutely right. Vitozzi had a slightly slower ski speed, which might indicate she was skiing harder, might indicate she saved less for the last loop. It's so close. We'll try and track them as they make the way. Mona Brawson, certainly a contender for the medals at the moment. Has to stay clean. Slightly left. And again.
чисто. Французская пара с 2 промахами.
There are so much talent in the Swedish team, but we nearly always focus, and the social media, the press, always focusing on the Öberg sisters. They have underperformed this year.
Олег, не говори.
Across the line, 2 misses and 308.
Ребят, проставьте лайки, кто не проставил, пожалуйста. Очень нужны ваши лайки, ваша поддержка. Если вам не так трудно, конечно. Спасибо заранее, кто поставит. Селена Гротиан из Германии на стриме. Вам спасибо, что зашли. Чисто. Вижу стрим бросал. 5-е место. С 3 промахами. Неплохо. Ребят, можете поддержать канал донатом. Ссылка в чате есть в закрепленном сообщении. Кто желает на продвижение канала. Спасибо за лайки, спасибо, кто ставит. Благодарю. Люсия Хорватова.
And whether she gets to race in the single mixed relay.
What a tough job. What a tough job they have selecting that team. Shalvatova goes off number 88. Only 4 athletes behind her, in for her first shoot.
Чехи своих показывают. Промах.
That's a shame.
There was a little tremor just before the shot was released. I think she might have even been anticipating the crowd. There it is again. Ah, what a shame. 2 minutes.
2 промаха у Хорватовой. И только какое место? 76-е, что ли? 77-е.
And having been within 6 seconds of Vitozzi, Ian, you were absolutely right. She is just slightly slower. She's now dropped down to 13.2. She is still ahead of Julia Simon, but she's got to keep the pace on because there's only 12 seconds between the German and the French athlete at the moment. And the leaders after the 4th shoot, Vitozzi, Hettigveld, Simon, and then Grosjean has just gone into 4th position. Lynn Persson, is she the only, I think she's the last athlete out there who still has an advantage over Vitozzi.
Well, she had a great race this time last year in this race, coming second, but of course she was one of the early starters that day and had to wait to see, and it took an hour before she could celebrate. This time she's in the middle of the field, and the conditions, I think.
Давайте лайки до 100 наберем. Кто еще не поставил лайки, поставьте, пожалуйста, на продвижение канала. Дедра Ирвин, 7-е место, с 1 промахом.
And that is the smile of someone who wasn't expecting to win, but is overjoyed with a top 10 for now. She may be pushed down as far as 15. I don't think so, but that's a really good run from Erwin. Here comes Hettig-Val. She's on the drive, trying to secure a medal position, going through 12.6. She was still in second, going through 14.1. She's now into the home straight, and Hettig-Val, who has, she still has something like 7 seconds advantage.
No, Lisa Vitozzi
is in the silver medal position at the moment. This could well be Germany's first medal of the championships. My goodness, that is important. They desperately need something to celebrate. 7 seconds. She won't match Vitozzi. She won't match Vitozzi. But Simon is looking up nervously. She knows now she's going down into third, and Hettig valses into silver, and she deserves it, hitting 20 out of 20.
Пока что.
Not a name we had highlighted before the start of the race, not because she's, not because she isn't a brilliant athlete, but because there just are so many stars tonight. And, any one of the 20
Там еще Селина Гротин.
the seeded groups could have won tonight if they'd managed to shoot zero.
Тереза Ваборникова.
Get the crowd going once again, missing one on each shoot so far.
Промах.
Oh. Well, the crowd definitely cheering to support, to encourage, but I think in an arena like this, it's so loud here. I don't know if it helps, but I think you'd have to contract with the crowd well in advance to be able to get them to be quiet while their local athletes are trying to shoot. It's never going to happen. Comes with the territory, unfortunately.
Vabornikova looking a little bit fatigued. Just to update you in the finish, Vitozzi, Hettig-Val, Simon, Vogt and Jomino are the top 5. Brézard-Boucher is there again. The French women still have 3 in the top 6. It's another wonderful race, but they've done the double. They've got a clean sweep in the sprint. They got 2 out of 3 in the pursuit.
Селина Гротин не тянет по скорости.
The first nation to get a clean sweep in the sprint and the pursuit.
They're on such stunning form, aren't they? And that's largely due to, I think, the positions, I think, based on the fact that the French are just not at the races yet. I mean, they had a brilliant first day, but the French men are not performing well enough.
Mona Bråsen currently in 5th place, has just gone through 9.8, and if Bråsen comes in and shoots clear,
Анастасия Меркушина, Украина, на стрельбе.
She started just a minute behind Merkashina. She's certainly skiing faster than the Ukrainian.
Промах. Второй промах на стрельбе, на стоем.
Slightly messy finish from Merkashina. Bråsen in is getting about a minute behind Julie Simon coming in.
Yes, I think you're right, and good 30 seconds behind Hettig Valts and 40 seconds behind Jomino.
Grosjean, great performance,
Четвертое место.
and 4th place. That is worth celebrating. Certainly no medals. Here is Mona Bråsen, but she's got to miss the first one. Her chance of a medal has gone. She looks disgusted with
Если бы не
herself throwing that
промахнулась,
first one wide. She will have known what the opportunities were, and there was definitely a bronze medal for the taking. She would have had to out-ski Julie Simon on the last lap, but I think with the information and the fact that the tracks are now just that little bit firmer, I think she may well have achieved that.
Анна Гандлер.
Late starter, Anna Gandler. In Group 3. Well, she must be challenging Lisa Theresa Hauser for that place in the single mixed relay. 14 out of 15 so far. Fascinating race in, just looking back, Anna Gandler started really well. She was top 10,
Так, первое место Лиза Витоц, второе Инна Хадиквальц, третье Жюлия Симон.
And I think in total about 54 hit the perfect score on the first shoot.
Well, that's impressive. This isn't a difficult range to shoot in, but it's a hard range to ski into. You have to work all the way from about 1 kilometer out, and Vitozzi knows that you have to pace it well, and it looked as if early on she wasn't going at full gas, and I think that was part of the secret to today's win. Those who went at full gas, some of them who can't help themselves, starting to miss targets later on. She always looks so calm leaving the range, always looks relaxed and comfortable, never in a rush.
Yeah, it could turn out to be the best day of her career so far. If she stays number one, we still don't think that anyone is going to challenge. Hettig-Valtz, of course, has finished. Brawson has gone and missed. That would have been a nervy occasion for the Italians. But with a time of 40.02, she is sitting on top of the podium at the moment. It's well deserved, Ian. It's well deserved. And, you know, she's lived in the
Лиза Витоци будет чемпионкой мира. Я так думаю. Ребята, кто хочет поддержать канал, ссылка в чате есть, закрепленная. На донат. Подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки.
So Lynn Persson can't afford to take her time here. She will know where she sits as she comes into this the last shoot. She is 122 down. Coming into the
Оксана. Как, зачем?
She should move up into the top four. Oh, there's that miss. So many missing on the last shoot today. That's frustrating. It's so close, but so far. And she will stay almost 2 minutes behind. And that will put her into, what, 8th or 9th, I think. Sitting in 8 at the moment ahead of Tominga. She's going to stay ahead of the Estonian. And so Lynn Persson,
Лин Персон на 9 место выходит. То ли Томинго звездочка почему-то зажиглась.
Such a shame, trying to get a time on Passler after the first shoot.
Не знаю почему. Тереза Ваборникова на финише.
Ваборникова, 5 misses in all, and again, take away the misses, she's 130 behind the best, and she would have been looking at a top 10 finish instead of down in 34th position. But it is about the combination. But it's always nice to know that if you shoot well, you are going to get a good result. Not everyone in the field can say that.
Ребят, прожмите лайки, кому не трудно. Также можете подписаться на канал. Тут выходит трансляция биатлона. Все о биатлоне и о многом другом.
First lap, she was sitting down in around 19th position, just as you pointed out that she was cruising. By the third shoot, she was up in 4th position, and then it was just a steady climb, one step at a time to the top of the table. And once that last target went down on her 4th shoot, she finally went ahead of Julie Simon, and Hettig-Valtz got closest, 6.7 seconds, the difference between the Italian and the German coming out of the range for the final time. Brawson, her chance went with that miss on the second shoot. Persson likewise, and that was hard medicine for the Swedish coaching team to swallow.
Да, она что-то нарушила. Скорее всего.
Polona Klemencic from Slovenia. 61, sorry, is Yislava, as you can see, the local athlete. Go on.
Wow,
Nice.
fantastic.
Nice. Good shooting and a 22.9 second shoot to
Чисто
wrap up her evening.
Джессика Ислова.
And I think that is going to be the best of the Czech performances. We'll certainly keep an eye on that as she comes through to the finish of her race. Already 2:34 behind the leaders. If she can keep anything like that, a top 10 finish is there for the taking, and she might well challenge Deidre Irwin of USA, who's sitting in 9th position at the moment. Ian, not a single Norwegian in the top 20 positions at the moment.
No, I was just looking to see.
Ну, ребят, я
what
думаю,
happens
ничего
in
уже не
the end,
изменится.
I'm trying to work out what she shot. One miss on the first visit to the stand.
Кристина Дмитриенко.
Dimitrenko has been going
Чисто.
okay, and she finishes with a 20 out of 20 as well. She is the 5th athlete to achieve that. Well done to her. That's a really good effort in a World Championships. There really should be a prize for the best shot at the end of the season, Ian. They certainly get recognition, but I think it should be something that we're all aware of, and maybe there should be one at the end of every individual race.
Well, I wonder whether a way of doing that would be the best shot on the last overall, who starts the last race of the season, which of course is the top 30 in the world.
Поздравляем Лизу с победой. Витоца молодец. Обыграла француженок. Это уже достижение. Анна Гандлер. Промах.
Anna Gandler, some sort of symmetry to the shooting, but take away those 2 minutes and she too is top 6, top 7 potential. Doesn't have the ski speed of the Vitozis, and certainly not Julie Simon. Fans of Breza Boucher, we should just point out she's down in 7th. She missed 3, so once again has produced a stunningly fast time, and maybe the mass start is where she's going to come through, Ian, because that is where you have least penalty. The percentage penalty from this shot.
Итак, подводим итоги. Первое место Лиза Витоци, второе Ирина Хейтвальц и третье Джулия Симон. Я думаю, ничего не изменится. Всем спасибо за то, что были со мной в трансляции. Подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки и ждите новых видео.